You're now listening to Mushroom Man FM, where we play nothing but Invoked, Dogmatica, and Shadows. This ain't your Yugi Boomers station.
Not while it's
Welcome, boys, to the Branded Podcast. The Branded Boys are back, and we have a first special guest.
Yeah. Look, I just want to say one thing. Snake Eye Poplar is the the YuGiOh equivalent of Vaporeon.
Alright, go on. I need you to explain this in chilling detail.
Well, if you look at it, it's just pink Vaporeon, so it's shiny.
I
right?
thought this was going into a way worse place. Thank you.
No, it's exactly what I'm saying. It is arguably the most breedable Yu-Gi-Oh!
Can we please, for the love of God,
On,
thank you for coming onto the podcast. Never return.
Anyways, you've been a great crowd.
Great crowd. Jesus Christ.
So that's what I'm going to open my account with.
Very
for
good.
tonight.
Very good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I don't want you to finish this story.
I got
was
caught.
just going to say,
I've been to prison for 2 years.
I special summoned it off.
But unfortunately, they had called by, so you know what I mean.
And the call by just happened to be the hand of a police officer who was nearby, who then cited me for exposure to children.
And bestiality.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
there was children watching.
if I saw Poplar in real life, I would take a spoon and squish
But
him up into
just
a
look at the card, man. That's breedable. It's got fingers, which means it can grab something.
This is the worst podcast yet.
It has fingers. That means it can grab things.
It is capable of grasping cylindrical objects.
For if you want to buy one of those really cheap Woolies ice creams, you know what I mean? The cylindrical ones. That's why. I censor him. Please do not take us off the internet.
God damn it!
Don't make me look at it. Now I'm
Now
thinking about
the
it.
fingers, and you're like, God, that's breedable.
He does. He do kind of have fingers though.
That's what I'm saying. I spend too much time playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
What you're doing, I don't think is
Honestly,
classed as playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
If the saying is if you can think it, there's a porn category for it.
That's not even
Poplar
true,
is a concept in the human mind, so you know.
Because I googled Brock
what I'm
Dale,
saying
it
is
didn't come up.
Poplar Baguska porn.
Okay.
Would be.
He's tired, alright? He's tired.
It's been a big day.
We're not even,
Big day.
we're not even 5 minutes into this.
Not even. It's for 3 minutes.
We have delivered 3 war crimes already.
We're already cancelled.
Yeah, go on.
Bestiality. Accusation exposure.
Bestiality.
Playing Snake Eye, which is
Yeah.
arguably the worst one.
Cancel you just for that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Branded Boys. We're here. We got our first guest on. We're just gonna tell stories this week. We're kind of just phoning it in, but we are super excited. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Kieran. I'm a bad Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Wow, so unique.
But I beat people, which says more about them than it does about me.
Not in the game with a metal pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally.
Are we allowed to say your name uncensored? Because you are wanted by the Southern Australian Police.
Come find me. I'm waiting. At this point, I'm sick of waiting.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
If they throw me in prison, it's free medical, free dental, free education.
Damn.
The brochure actually looks better than most retirement homes.
I was thinking of going to prison when I was 30, just so I wouldn't have to work for the rest of my life.
Also, you only live once. You got to experience everything. Yeah.
I don't think it's the fact that they can't find you. I think that the issue is that they know where you are, but they're like, fuck, how do we take him down?
They're actually more concerned for the welfare of the inmates.
I was going to say the welfare of the canine units that are going to go to.
They don't need any extra punishment.
Geez, that one looks like a poplar.
That's rank.
Just less fingers.
That's rank.
Just got paws.
Tier list of animals based on how close they are to poplar, in brackets, with fingers or not.
And by definition, Vaporeon.
Is it breedable?
It's a breedable tier list.
I want to see the MS Paint graph of that. Just all of them.
Yeah. We're here with the Burns.
Yeah, g'day.
We're here with Brockamus.
Hello.
Wow. And I'm here unfortunately too. We've got a couple of stories. Obviously in Yu-Gi-Oh! We always have stories that happen to us, whether they be good, bad, or make you want to rip out your own teeth.
Assuming you have teeth.
Assuming you have teeth. Speaking of teeth, Kieran, do you want to go first on stories?
Teeth?
Yeah.
Look, I suppose it's not. I don't know.
I mean, I'll go first.
No. I have so many stories to tell, man.
Do you want to? Can you ingest us in the light of the Throngler?
The Throngler? What?
Or the Bottler?
The Bottler. The Bottler.
That is a very weird place to start this episode.
So for anyone living in like the northern beaches of Sydney, you're probably well familiar with this critter that's affectionately known as the Bottler. Basically, a long story short, is a fellow that I worked with was telling me about this Sheila. We were on the subject of like girls who are just like known within the community as being just like absolute pieces of meat who will just do it. Yeah, Ronan, essentially. Just a piece of meat, big and thick and sometimes sweaty.
Or fat.
Sometimes sweaty.
Sometimes.
But he was telling me about this chick who lives doesn't live on the beach. Maybe she
How do we
does.
know, though, to be fair?
She's only been sighted on the beach, and all the pictures of her are
It's like a
grainy.
Pokemon, a Bigfoot Pokemon.
Yeah, they're all grainy.
We'll put a pin in this. We need to gather the Cryptid Avengers by the end of today, but continue.
Easy peasy.
We already know like 6 of them, right?
Yeah. Like we've got the whole new archetype, like the new support for
The
dangers.
dangers, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Dangers, but with 3 ellipses at the beginning, so you're like, danger.
Danger.
Flunger?
Like if you encounter these things, you're actually in genuine danger. the Bottler, she's like more likely to give you an STD, but
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So tell us about the Bottler.
okay. Basically, to cut a long story short, she is famous for a live performance she gave on one of the beaches in northern Sydney. The Beatles. A bunch of surfer dudes were all just like standing on the headland, sitting there cheering like crazy because something was happening down on the beach. And this guy I work with walked over to see like what all the commotion was about. And here's this chick down on the beach, absolutely going to town on herself with like multiple different sized bottles.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's the start of a cinematic universe right there.
That's a good one.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah, so that's the Bottler of northern beaches.
As good as that is, though, I think all of us around this table know that this is not the most iconic cryptid.
No.
So can you tell us about our dear friend Fingers?
Fingers. So I don't even. What's his name? I don't even know it. No, I'm not going to tell you his name.
I think you
Part of the thrill is the mystery. Though,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
He's a genuine cryptid. Now, when we talk about any of these creatures that we spot around our communities, we have to remember that you can't approach these people.
No.
Because they're dangerous. They have this thing called Tard strength.
You're like the Steve Irwin of crackhead shit.
Oh, look at this little beauty. We can't get too close.
can't
It might
approach
pick
it.
us up with one finger.
Mind all some of the barrier stats we beat our heads in with it.
Oh, she's throwing a bottle. Shit. Oh, it tagged me.
Fucking got dysentery now.
Yeah. Every story we tell, we're not bullying. This is for the sake of wildlife conservation. Okay?
Enter your locals. Enter with collar on and a bottle.
So he's affectionately known as Fingers. He lives in, let's say, far northern New South Wales because we don't want people going down trying to hunt this creature.
You will not return.
Simply, like I've personally seen him rip 10 men apart with one finger. It was that long.
And remember, his name is Fingers.
Fingers.
So the number only goes up.
Plural. So he was born with like some weird genetic fuck up, and his
Wasn't born with
fingers.
Brock.
No, Brock's just a fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ouch.
Sorry.
There's nothing weird or
Wow.
interesting about it.
No,
This is just
he's just like ugh.
I was expecting to get dogpiled on. Brock was the one that got dogpiled.
poor bastard. Poor
He
bastard.
did nothing
I
wrong.
want to go to sleep already.
Can we put Brock on screen in a bed right now? Can we put a bit of Minecraft bed editor? Thank you.
So yes, man with giant
So,
fingers.
so he was born with like abnormally huge fingers, as in like lengthwise, not girth or anything like that. Like they're normal size, like girth, but the length is huge. Like one of his index fingers would be like nearly 30 centimeters long.
So almost like what's his name? Wreck-It Ralph.
No, he's got big, thick.
What do you mean, like Wreck-It Ralph?
His fingers are huge.
No,
His hands are huge.
His hands
That's
Yeah,
the
and so
difference.
is
like
his
that-
fingers.
That's girth.
At
Like,
least they're
that's
symmetrical.
like that's a
Yeah, but his fingers are also huge.
that's a pelvis breaker.
Ooh.
Whereas fingers is more like you can pick your nose from your bum. Like
Oh,
it's like
That's
a
a
superpower.
that's vivid.
again, it all falls under Tard strength.
Right.
It's just a category of
That's the big
superpower. But it's not like all of his fingers are this long. It's like they're staggered. It's like
It would make sense if there was some kind of intelligent design.
yeah, but there's not. It's just like
Big
one of
fingers.
his index fingers is
Oh my
really
God.
long.
He has
one
big
of his
fingers.
pinkies is really
Just for
long.
context, sorry to interrupt. Brock just silently like showed me a photo of Wreck-It Ralph and said big fingers.
He has big
Yeah,
fingers.
but they're thick. They're like sausages.
Look at him.
and
Yeah,
he
but
looks.
like that's like Shrek hands.
If you
man,
squint at
like-
him, he looks like a normal human being. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Nobody.
Whereas
Look-
if you squint at
Well, Brock-
fingers, he gets scarier. He thinks you're burying your teeth at him.
You Slenderman yourself.
Yeah. And so he's quite often seen riding around on his push bike. And it's the funniest thing ever because his fingers, like you picture a normal person riding a push bike. You grab hold of the handles and you ride along and you're all merry. His fingers wrap like way the way around the handlebars and almost touch him on the elbows. Like it's really creepy. But what's really cool about this dude is he has this Tard strength. So someone I know stole his bike one day. They're all swimming down in the local river, and they just thought, "Oh, we're gonna steal this dude's bike and throw it in the river." I would highly advise against angering cryptids like this.
And thievery in general.
No, thievery's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's why you wanted.
So, yeah.
among other things.
Yeah. Thievery is probably on the bottom of the list. Like, have you seen Snake Eye Poplar?
You got jaywalking,
I know.
Jaywalking,
Yeah.
bestiality,
loitering,
Littering,
spitting in public.
trans jokes on the podcast.
sketchily handling a fish in public.
Questionably
Put down that
handling
salmon.
Fun fact: that's an actual crime in London. But anyway, continue.
Wow. Anyways.
Wow.
So they stole his bike
Right.
and threw it in the river.
Right.
Now, for some reason, this dude can't swim. Right.
Which is
He
surprising
wasn't-
because he'd be more buoyant than most people.
Well, no, if you think about it, like you look at our hands and like there's a little bit of webbing there and we can swim quite well. But if he's got these huge big talons attached to his hand, right, there's no webbing between them.
I see your argument, but I raise you. If you taped some like cling wrap to him, he could fly.
Oh, I'm just
Yeah, but he can't do
Like
it
a
to
bat.
himself.
like I say, he has so many like superpowers he hasn't unlocked yet.
So the only thing I have to imagine him by is the skeleton of a bat.
It's that.
Editor,
It's
can
the
you-
next stage of human evolution.
Can you put on Finger Boy on screen, please? That is what I imagine
Like
fingers to
one,
be.
one day, like way off in the future, they're going to talk about like the evolution of man, and you and me are going to be the missing link. They're going to be like, how did we go from chimpanzees to flying humans?
The fingers.
And it all stems to this one man breeding with every woman in his local town.
Oh, God.
How can they say no? To be fair.
Especially after the feed of what did he do to get his? What did he do after they stole his bike?
Yeah, they threw it in the water.
So we. I won't say we. They threw it.
You almost doubted yourself, right?
They threw his bike in the water, and this guy can't swim real well, right? So he gets all upset, and if you can sort of picture, you've got the river, and then there's like a bit of a muddy cliff bank that's a couple of meters high, and the river's quite deep, and they've thrown it from the cliff bank into the river, so it falls to the bottom of the water. This guy gets real angry, like in a bit of a rage, and then like storms over to the edge of the river, and then just like throws himself in the river. Not like a swan dive, not a bomb dive, not a graceful end. Like, I'm talking like a fish just like flying like a stun mullet straight through the air, just threw himself off the bank into the water.
Why is my mind going back to the video of the guy like aggressively spear throwing a fish into the water?
yeah, right? And so he falls in the, like, goes in the water, and everyone on the bank goes, holy shit, did we just kill Fingers? Because, like, he can't swim.
As if it would be that easy.
That's the thing. It's not that easy. Like, I'm convinced you can breathe underwater because, like, the river is quite wide. And on the other side, like, there's no way you're climbing up this other bank, right, where they've just thrown the bike from. It's way too steep.
90 degrees up.
Yeah, virtually. But on the other side of the bank, it's a nice slow taper into shallow water and out to the other side, onto the riverbank. And so they're sitting there for a moment and they go, like, they can't see him. They just go, like, we've killed Fingers. Like, he's drowned trying to retrieve his bike off the bottom of the river.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have killed Fingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So, like, about a minute goes by and they're starting to panic, thinking, holy shit, like, we're going to have to go in and like, try and recover this dude. And then, lo and behold, on the other side of the river, you just see this bike start to appear. And slowly but surely, he emerges out of the water, holding this bike above his head. He has literally picked it up, held it above his head, walked underwater with it for about 10 meters before the bike started to come out of the water, and they've just watched him
Terminator.
Yeah, like, and just watched him raise out of the water with this bike above his head, walk out onto the bank, put the bike down, flip them off with the biggest middle finger you've ever seen, and then ride off into the bush.
Tell me that's not a cinematic moment right there.
Like, you can't make this shit up.
That's like... Alright, have any of you around the table watched Les Miserables?
I have not yet. No.
Okay, there's an incredible scene right at the beginning of this with like really stirring music as the main character like lifts a cart off a guy, and it's really dramatic in that. It's just Fingers. That's the iconic moment of just...
It's just another day in the life of being Fingers.
That's the movie poster of him ascending from the water, holding it over his head.
So now I'm going to pose this question to you lot. If we were to incorporate Fingers into the Danger archetype, what would his effect be?
I'll give it a crack.
If this card is discarded, you can search one Psychroid from your deck.
Psychroid?
Yeah, it's the bike. That's a +1.
Roid support. Because he has retard steroids.
Do we want the card to be cracked like he is in real life?
No, so you see, I've got something that I think is going to
Go
catch
on.
us off guard, but it's going to...
I'm willing to be taught.
It works into an archetype that just you wouldn't ever think Dangers would play in with. I would think that his special ability, because, like, you know, you got the hole if it's discarded, normal Danger shit, no worries, but it's got this added line of text that says, if you control Umi, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects.
That's another bad shout. That's good.
Discard this card, blah, 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 whatever the dangers have. If this card is discarded, you can monster reborn one Danger Orb Machine monster from graveyard. If you control Umi, this card and that card, sorry, the Danger Fingers and that card cannot be destroyed by battle.
I read that.
I would play it.
Or you could say, like, discard this card and, like, Super Heavy Samurai bike. Discard the bike and, like, special... I don't know.
I like Bike Roid.
The thing is,
Yeah.
people would play that because they want to get the bike in the grave.
So this
I
is
feel
what I'm
like
saying.
the bike's effect should be like when this card is normal special summon, revive a Danger Fingers
Danger
from the
Fingers.
from the graveyard.
Danger.
Then it could spell.
Also, place Umi in the field zone.
It now has a searcher. Let's go.
This crazy 3-card effect.
How-
YuGiOh.
How long before we give the danger cryptids of like North New South Wales their own archetype?
I think we just
Just like any
Right,
deck,
and
just give them a generic searcher. They're fine.
yeah, exactly.
Speaking of cryptids, I have a story. I I was out in the middle of Old Locals, which used to be in Surfers Paradise-esque, Southport-esque kind of Queensland area, right? I have just arrived. I'm an hour early because I'm stupid. Who would have guessed? I get out to go pay for the parking meter because it's Australia. And who stops me but a man I could only describe as the baldest man on planet Earth. And not only this, he had exactly, count them, 2 teeth. He had the two...
And they were both in his pocket.
Hey guys,
waiting for the tooth fairy.
you want to buy some teeth?
He has
Buy some teeth. They just fell out of my head. They're fresh as fuck.
Pack fresh, mint condition.
hear them rattle.
Near mid, a tiny little bit of meth damage.
Lightly played.
Lightly smoked.
Yeah.
So he's a white, slightly tan man. He's 5'4", to my imagine. He only has the two most front bottom teeth. His eyes.
They're on the bottom. That's so much.
Yeah. He's got the craziest underbite of history.
Oh, thank you. I was about to say, please tell me he has a gnarly underbite.
He has eyes the size of tennis balls. At least that's the only, because he shaved off his eyebrows. He's completely bald. So the only
That
two
man's ready
things
for war.
on him, he looks like Omega Krillin. He has 2 eyes and 2 teeth. That's all I know about him.
Give me a description later, and I'll literally draw him.
Please.
Like, I give you more description because he was wearing a ripped t-shirt. Like, it had holes in it. Who would have guessed? But he was wearing shorts, but on the bottom were completely parted, so his nuts could hang out.
That's like the shorts version of like sports mode with Crocs.
I think he was wearing Crocs too.
Of course he was.
I think he was wearing camo Crocs.
You encountered a cryptid. Just another one.
It's a danger ball hanger.
Danger bomby knocker.
That's the one. That's it.
Man, how cooked is Surfers Paradise? Like, have you ever just walked down there at like 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday? Like, there's another local cryptid there who's like, he's this old dude. He's been there forever. I remember the first time I saw him, I was in like my grade 8 tourism class, and we went there as an excursion. And the first time I ever saw him there, it's this dude who's like he just gets around in a red tutu and nothing else, right? And we're talking like
Nothing else?
literally nothing else.
Great. School excursion, by the way.
Educational.
Exposure. This is how I learned how to expose myself to children in a safe way.
No, we're cutting that. We're cutting that.
What the fuck?
I think my mum listens to this.
Good. Shout out to Ronan's mum. Anyways, so this dude, like, he literally just sits there and like wears a red tutu and nothing else. He looks like a leather couch. Because he's been in the sun for so long.
It looks like a clip.
I'm picturing it.
So
How many of these guys are you willing to draw, Brock? I need the Avengers.
All of them. Fucking all of them.
So I was telling my partner about this when we were walking through Surfers Paradise one night. I was saying, there's this dude who used to hang around here, gets around in a red tutu, rah, rah, rah. And no word of a lie, 2 seconds later, here he is, perched up on top of a bucket in the main drag of Cavill Avenue, right?
Wait, I think I've seen this guy.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like,
I've actually seen him.
He's a local. And
He can't go anywhere
and
else.
what made it even better, I was like, oh, there he is. But what makes it even better is that he had a speaker next to him blasting Alan Jackson.
It's like the third most popular Jackson.
Not a word of a lie. New Year's Eve, my partner came up. We were walking through Surfers, like going on a cute date. We encountered him. He was there.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It all makes sense.
that's what I'm saying. You can go there every day of the week and go cryptid spotting.
Did you
in
take a
Surfers
seat?
Paradise.
Did you take a seat, Pansy?
I actually bashed him for his bashed him for his bucket.
It wasn't even that good of a bucket. I just
That's where the
wanted
mineral ad goes. Actually bashed him. KFC's $5.
Did somebody say KFC?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Except it's Alan Jackson version. How about you, Brock? Do you have any cryptids?
Not really.
Do you have any Yu-Gi-Oh stories?
He
'Cause-
is the cryptid in this
Yeah.
group. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, Brock in a hotel foyer at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's
Sydney
true.
YCS
Oh,
is a bit of a cryptid.
Because the person he was rooming with just wasn't there, I believe. And like, no fault to him. It was never gonna work. The plan that was set out of just like, yeah, I land like 8 hours after the use, so just vibe. So definitely not, me
So-
walking downstairs in my my pajamas, like my really not subtle pajamas, letting this boy in and being like, you can crash with us, I guess.
So me,
Dude.
Brock is the first person I see at the YCS. We're not the best of friends at this time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, it's my boy Brock. Okay, we'll hang out for a bit.
Like, we had, like, very small talks back
Yeah.
then.
That was also the event when you and I finally became friends too. I think
Yeah.
because I saw you after one. And I was like, all right, go on, get in here.
We sort of adopted him as like our puppy for the week.
It's true.
We felt bad for it. It's like, it's raining outside.
Yeah.
And Brock's got nowhere to stay.
Do you remember, like, after the YCS, we were walking in our hotel room,
Yes.
and that one kid was in the hallway? He laughed like a crazy motherfucker. We got scared.
Yeah.
We just pushed each other and were like, go,
That's
go, go,
true.
go, go.
That's true. Can I tell the KFC story?
I
After
think
day
I
2
know
of YCS, again, very first time ever really getting to know Brock. And all the boys are just knackered after YCS. They want to die. They're sitting there like
all four of
we,
us.
we
at,
all
like,
got a
bar
Porto.
jobs, too.
I think one of us got Subway or something like easy. It was all like right there. And this motherfucker chimes up, I want KFC.
Oh, this story.
And we were like,
I
the
remember
closest
this.
one is a 25-minute walk from here.
the chicken shop is like 2 minutes
Man,
walk.
Porto's was across the
Yes.
road.
And he was
Go
like,
to a
Effectively
Porto's.
the same thing.
he was like, I want KFC. So me being like the dad friend being like, all right, you boys go back to the room, rest. I'll go walk with this idiot. We'll go to KFC. And like the route to get there was just like a little freeway in between, and there was nowhere to cross.
we like made like half of a circle and then walked halfway back.
It's true, yes. And the whole time, this kid's in my ear saying, I'm just gonna cross. I'm just gonna run.
I did.
Like-
we were like in the side of a freeway and I just said, I'm gonna run for it.
Bear in mind, this is the same guy who, like, as he sees the elevator door shuts, he like thrusts his hand in the middle trying to catch it.
Brainless.
The amount of times on this trip alone that I looked at him and said, "This is how I can tell you're a child." Because what is the upside of that? That you get caught?
Like, what was
What-
your
what-
what was
yeah.
your achievement there?
What did you achieve exactly? And
I was just like, I don't know. I was
Brock was
just seeing my
underage at
reaction.
this
yes.
point,
And
so-
I'm sitting there like walking to this KFC. Bear in mind, absolutely exhausted with this kid trying to run across the road, and I'm like, I'm the adult here. You are technically my responsibility.
I remember at some point we got stuck in the middle of the fucking freeway.
I just sat there like swearing at you, like, well, we're here now.
Fuck you.
What have I said at the end of the trip? Like, I forgot my card.
You did forget something. Your card. You forgot
I
all
would
your
not have
cards.
gone back. No. My duty of care ends here. Thank you.
And then when they got back, Brock was like, I forgot my YCS coin.
That's
true.
true. It's still in the hotel
And we
room.
tore up the entire apartment looking for it, and there was nowhere to be found.
It was a red eyes coin too.
Yeah.
Very, very depressing.
I still have mine.
Yeah, I still got mine.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, fuck you all.
What about you, Brock? What are you gonna do this year?
Lose again?
Lose it again, idiot.
I feel like they're not gonna
Idiot.
give one this year.
They're not gonna give one to you.
Nah, you're
on
just
the
gonna lose
blacklist.
it, bro.
So, okay.
Banned from receiving any sort of promotional material.
Last YCS Sydney was 2023. About 8 of us of the boys go. Some of us already live in Sydney. Some of us go together in pairs. I go with one of my friends. We hang out, but he's also got a message, so he's got to make calls every so often. We get there on Friday. All right, it's us two. You two have just arrived from the airport, so you guys, I think you guys were about to make it to
After
the
swimming through Sydney Olympic Park.
Oh
yeah,
my
because-
God.
because of the
Pre-race,
rain, yeah.
and I made him
You were
play
like
time.
with
I was
two
with
other people.
Two of the boys from locals who, like, bear in mind, not to interrupt, I grew up in Sydney, and these two guys who I still very much love and respect, like, swearing until they're blue in the face that they know the way to Sydney Olympic Park, and I'm sitting there saying, you are incorrect, it's this way. And they insisted that much that we had the time. I was like, let's go.
Shout out.
Let's get on this train.
Shout out.
And let's see how long it takes. And it took us 2 hours.
2 hours extra.
So that was 2 hours of Kieran and I just brutally bullying these boys.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was good.
Sorry, please feel free to continue.
So, first of all, I get on the plane with the guy, but we were all way different. Two other people I know from locals get on the plane. I'm like, alright, that's funny. I wonder if we get the same plane back. We did. And none of us stopped. So we, like, on the plane, it's like, oh, I can't talk with him about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna demolish. Game 3, I drop, and I'm just like, nah, I'm fine. I, like, don't care anymore. So that was a waste of time. But we get there at pre-reg. I get my coin. I see Brock. Brock has his coin. I talk to Brock. Hey, Burnsy and K-Dog, they're in a room together. I have gone on a room by myself. Where are you sleeping? And he goes, oh, I'm sleeping with a person. And I go, oh, where is he? And he goes, oh, he's not arriving until midnight. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, he's not arriving until midnight. It's a budget, Ibis. And I'm like,
shout out Budget Ibis, by the way. the vibes were legendary.
and I go, you know it closes, right? And he's like, when?
I remember this conversation.
Before midnight, dickhead.
like 9:30 p.m. or whatever it was.
And meanwhile, the person calls. I think he says something. He's like, I won't be there till like 2 o'clock in the morning, by the way. My thing got delayed. I missed my flight or something. And
Yeah,
I'm like, well, that's...
got delayed by like
So are you
2
gonna
hours.
pay? I was like, are you gonna pay him, Brock? And he's like, I don't even have the key. It's under his name. And I'm like, you fucking...
So it was very
are we
much
gonna go?
you hide in our room or you just die.
I was
You
like,
just get stabbed by a crackhead.
no,
in
it was.
Sydney.
I remember it was like 2:30 a.m. and I was like, I am seconds away from like sleeping on your toilet. Do you remember?
Yeah,
that?
I remember.
Like,
You wanted the
there's-
bath, didn't you? You wanted the shower floor.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Never mind, there's perfectly good carpet on the floor of our
Yeah.
little room.
The
But
toilet.
No, I'll
Suffering
take the,
breeds
I'll
character.
take,
Brock is a
I'll take
cat.
the bath.
Yeah.
Brock will choose the coldest spot.
Well,
in the
actually,
room.
yeah, at that point, he was just our adopted puppy dog, so you sleep outside.
If we want a good story from YCS that also sort of plays into the cryptid, I actually had a very wholesome cryptid encounter in Sydney, which I know that you remember.
Oh, I was there with him.
Yes.
He's not a cryptid. He's just an
No,
anime
I would
fan.
argue.
This isn't the anime duelist, is it?
This is absolutely the anime.
He's not a
duelist.
cryptid when the main Yu-Gi-Oh player base
I would
is
argue.
these people.
I would argue that he was a cryptid, but he was one of the
He
good
was an
ones.
autistic
So-
critic.
He was one of the good ones.
He's
Whoa.
one of the. He's like garden gnomes.
Yeah,
they're like they're not there to hurt you.
you know when you've got like Godzilla
I
versus
don't know.
King Kong, they need to make one of them the hero. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna
This
stop
person was
being an idiot.
definitely the Mothra of
I'm
the
going to
group.
tell the story. This was actually a very nice, wholesome Yu-Gi-Oh story. No, walking into this budget ibis that's been taken over by Yu-Gi-Oh players, the cafe area with just the rank smell of like BO and
Stinks
like
like a
jet lag.
bologna.
It was terrible. All
It
these
stinks.
boys crowded around, like loudly playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Everyone's playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, look, Kieran and Ronan are playing and testing, doing their own thing.
There's three hotels. Two of them are ibises, and or two of them. Those ibises are full of Yu-Gi-Oh players, and the other one has me.
Some say they're still getting the stench out. Yeah, but no, I was so I was just standing. There was like an empty table, but all the chairs had been taken because Yu-Gi-Oh players. And this really kind young boy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, how you going?" For those of you who know, me being the branded guy around, this guy was a branded player. You good?
If you
just
heard
jerking
the
off.
thumping,
He's just jerking off behind the mic.
Sure.
thank you for making.
I-
Thank you for making my own click track.
Dude, he's doing it under the table. The table is shifting. No, so there's this guy. He's talking to me like, oh yeah, I'm playing branded for the event. I'm like, that's really cool, man. Do you want to have a test game? Do you want to like play? I'm also playing branded. He was like really really nice. Within this crowded hotel restaurant, loudly announcing his moves and being really excited, and I was like, oh, this is so sweet, but like there's so many people.
And me and my boy Rashi, who I came with, are looking at him dying.
So I actually had one of the cooler moments of my Yu-Gi-Oh career though, because I was like, I wasn't encouraging him, but I was being like, oh nice, good move, yeah, very cool. Like not in a sarcastic way, and like he's being really proud, and I'm not condemning him. I'm like, yeah, good job, man. That was actually a good move. branded mirror match. He activates super polymerization. I lose my board. He's there, like, he gets me down to, like, 1,300 life points or something like that, and he's got 3 monsters. I've got, like, 2 cards in hand or something, and he's like, I didn't get you, but I'll get you next turn. And I had a legitimate anime moment of me drawing super polymerization, looking him dead in the eyes and saying, there will be no next turn.
I heard that, by the way.
And he bricked himself. It was...
They really are still trying to get that stench out.
but like legitimately, like I could tell that I, in our anime-esque battle, had intimidated him in that moment. And I surgically took apart his board and OTK'd him from that place. It was legitimately like something out of the anime, and it felt so satisfying.
Oh.
So anyways, Burnsy's now our anime duelist at locals. Every time he summons Mirror Jade, he summon Mirror Jade!
It makes
the Ice Blade Dragon!
it makes the top decks better.
Oh,
Okay.
shut up!
You are my meat shield for autism.
You did pull me aside on the last day and tell me this, yes, because
I was like, thank you.
I'm sure
I
you
can't.
actually caught autism from that guy.
Oh, no.
is
I
that
might
how
have
it
got
works,
diabetes
is it?
from
Yeah,
well.
it's
secondhand.
contagious.
Yeah.
like smoking, like secondhand.
No, that's probably healthier.
What?
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I can't wait for Renan to edit this, and like 75% of this is going in the bin.
Shout out to autism friends.
So all
3 of
I
which
haven't made any trans jokes yet. You said nothing about picking on the tards.
Well, it was a good run, boys.
So long ago, back when the locus that we went to was in their original spot, back when it was me, Dyer, and like 2 other people, before these guys ever showed up and started playing, I was playing against a person who was an amputee. And I was like, oh, this is... he had 1 leg. Fine, he had a prosthetic.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Non-gameplay impacting. That's good.
It's
All right.
fine. I call him cheating. He had an ash in his prosthetic.
Wow.
No. So I'm playing ABC. I'm really not getting through these. But he's like, fine. He's like, oh, well, if you want to go first, you have Mirror Force and Solemn Strike in your main deck. I'm like, oh, you're so smart. Thank you so much. And that's fine. And then his brother comes over, and I summon, I believe it's some sort of rank 4 train. And he goes...
One of the many. Yeah.
It's the railcar one. You know, when Flunk gets on, he'll tell me all about the Earths and the machines. So his brother comes over, who's I would imagine 15, and we are 19 at this point. Maybe he's a bit older than me. But the 15-year-old brother comes over and he's like, "Oh, nice train," like that. And I go, "Oh yeah, man. I like the rank 10 better." And he goes, and then he pauses, looks at me, pauses again. Generates his... I can feel the cogs turning in his brain. And he goes, "What are you? A train sexual?" And then leaves the store. I've never seen him again. I've never seen him again.
That's a sign from God.
Rumour has it he threw himself in front of Queensland Rail.
That wasn't a trans joke. That was a trans experience.
Trains
That was a
joke.
trains joke.
I like trains. Well,
What are you? A train sexual? He left. He
bro,
went away.
Let me ask
straight out
you.
the door.
let me ask you the freaking interview. How does it feel to be verbally destroyed? Just a genuine question.
I got eradicated.
You're done. Retire.
My brain got exterminated, so I surrendered immediately.
Surrendered immediately. Jesus.
Oh man.
Powerful. Very powerful.
I have a couple of more YuGiOh stories if you want to hear them. Last episode I went on, I think the episode before I went on a tangent about I went to my first ever states or regionals and I did really poorly, and it was fine because my boy Flunk was there and we just got McDonald's. But what happened was I had ABC Adventure. I borrowed these Pot of Prosperities. The deck was $1,000. I was like, I'm going to win. I've never really tried that hard before. But now that I have a really good aspect, a really good experience of the aspect of YuGiOh, the entire format.
Definitely not Kieran.
That's bestial magnum.
Definitely not Kieran.
How good is that?
Testing
hand?
branded,
That
unintentionally
hand
getting the
nuts,
most
man.
cracked branded
What are
hand.
you doing against that hand? Like,
Go
you've
on.
got opening fusion, Quem Magnum at cross out, man. Like,
Card destruction about to go
Nibiru's
ham.
fucking crazy. Like, you can normal summon that, and like, beat straight over.
I did not know
Mirror
that.
Jade.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah, so like
You
it
can
only
normal
requires
summon
2
an Abigail?
tributes, because like it's a level 11, right? And it doesn't so like it's not like the Winged Dragon of Ra or anything like that where it requires 3. It only requires 2. And the great thing about it is like it's so big, you don't summon a token to your opponent's field. It's like an alternate summoning condition of Nibiru. You just tribute 2 monsters, summon it.
Well, what can I summon?
It's normal. It's a normal summon.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can normal summon an ability.
Yeah. That's the alternate summoning condition. To
Alternate win
Nibiru.
condition.
Well, realistically, it is because like, how do you get over it? Like, what are you gonna do?
That's
You
600
can't draw.
defense
You
points.
can't draw swarm it
If you
because
accidentally
it's
put
not
it...
because it's normal summon, not special summon.
That's true.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, which might I add is the strongest vanilla monster in the game, cannot beat over it.
I can't
But
believe
I
how
prefer
long
Dragon.
into this are we?
40
Genuine
minutes.
question. 40 minutes. We got 40 minutes into this without you bringing up Blue Eyes, which for those of you at home is not only his pet deck, it's his entire personality.
Also my fetish.
It was my first.
You know,
deck
I'm
too.
convinced that Sage is a chick.
What about
Can you
Protector?
present us the evidence? Other than just look at him.
It gives me a stiffy.
Ah, I
But at the, by,
Are
by
you
the same
saying-
token, have you seen Snake Eye Poplar? It's got fingers.
Wait.
A
Does
danger
Sage Sage have fingers?
She has nubs.
see. She's an amputee. Anyway, so
I get around then. You haven't
With
been fisted by a nub.
with a train. I've never been fisted so far.
At what point is it considered
What,
fist?
what are you doing later?
Hang on. Do you have a nub?
I can make one.
Let's get the guy with the prosthetic leg from last week, and the person with like the amputee, and the person with a nub, and we make another Avengers.
But they're all vegetables. Veggie Tales.
That show is not real. I maintain that show is not real.
Anyway, I'm cutting that entire bit out.
Fisted by nubs.
That's the
That
next.
sounds like a really good movie.
No, that's the metal band, bro. What's up? We're fisted by nubs. Here's Wonderwall.
Brilliant.
At what point do we like throw Brock outside?
Now.
Fix the sins of YCS. Repair the mistakes we made.
So I had. This was the first time I had a good understanding of the Yu-Gi-Oh meta. I had a completely built deck. It was ABC Adventure. One of like the decks I really know how to play. I locked on. I get onto it. Round 1 of the states. I versed this person who I don't particularly enjoy talking to them because we don't get along very well, but it's fine. So, and not only that, I have a bone to pick with him because he says that this deck is way better than what I'm playing. I go, you're not playing the best deck. It's not even tiered. What's this? So game 1, we play. I win. Game 2, he plays. I just go, you know what? We've got 10 minutes left. It's time to scoop. Game 3, he sets up his board. He's playing Phantom Knights. And I go, okay, that's fine. You have a dark, and then the adventure stuff. I draw for turn. It's super poly. I immediately super poly him, discarding B-Bus Drake. So I just yoinks his entire board, and he goes, And I go, cool. I have now won because I have joined Red Eyes Fusion. So the guy's on the board, and I go, oh shit, I think I've summoned this turn. And he goes, oh, you have Red Eyes Fusion. And I go, that's fine. I do my entire combo anyway, because this hand is gas. I play through his 1 negate he has. We go to battle phase. It's maybe 10 seconds at most at the clock. I do as much damage as I thought I could. Time goes. Apparently, in that tournament, even if you were in time, it was still a tie or something like that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but time was called. It ended up being a win for him. And I was like, what? But you're on 0. And he's like, you didn't attack with Dragoon. And his friend was there to back him up, which is not supposed to happen in a tournament. Your friend isn't the judge.
True.
And instead of calling a judge, I capitulated. And then I was salty for the rest of the day. And I was like, what the fuck? That entire scenario is annoying to me. And to top it off worse, game 2 I lost to Floodgates. He activated the Sky Striker Horn Endurance. activated a rivalry, or goes no, it was rivalry. Immediately tried to link summon. I went, you can't do that, and he went, oh yeah, and then passed. And then I drew, and I was heavy breaking, and I cosmic his field spell, normal summon. He flips another one, and I go, all right, I'll pass. And then he flips Tikaboo in the end phase, and I go, why do I even bother? And then he draws again, tries to link off again. I remind him a second time that he can't do that. He goes, oh yeah, my bad. And then proceeds to make Dragoon and kill me, and I leave.
Reasonable.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
not my day.
It's interesting that you bring up the dark arts of Yu-Gi-Oh.
The dark
right?
arts.
Like, I have a fun story from a regionals we did not long ago last year.
Fought Voldemort in round 9.
With a frying pan.
It was a great movie.
That's a really bad Yu-Gi-Oh card.
With a frying pan.
Yeah,
Is that
no.
the name of the card? What's its effect?
You can.
It's a labyrinth support, bro.
Oh, it's fucking furniture.
No. So, just for context, I always try to be very chivalrous when I duel. I don't like winning in time. Generally speaking, try to follow the gentleman's game kind of vibe. This is very early super heavy samurai meta, so basically 3 weeks before the Link one gets banned. So, for the 3 weeks it was a deck. And I'm at this point really deep into this tournament. Generally speaking, unless you're really deep in a tournament, I don't do this, but if I'm in the middle of something, if it goes to time, I will usually just give my opponent the win if I think that they've deserved to win. And if I think I've deserved to win, I will just roll for it because I don't really mind. Because, life's too short.
It's common practice.
Yeah, life's too short to worry about games, but I will literally just give them the win and say, yeah, you know what? I am humble enough to admit that you would have beaten me there. That's fine.
Yep.
I encountered this absolute specimen of a human being playing super heavy samurai. It's a very good back and forth game. I clear his board. I've also drolled him, but then he also clears my board back and forth. We both make misplays, but generally we're pretty okay. I am slightly higher than him on life points. He gets to about 8 minutes to go, and he basically clears my board. He combos for a little bit. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to see if I can do this. And then proceeds to combo for 7 minutes and 59 seconds. Just for context, this is before Konami changed the rules regarding time, which is it ends on the current phase. So I'm sitting here with a branded in red set face down that I know he can stop because he has 6 negates. But he gets to 7:55. He says, enter battle, and I look him in the eyes because he's being an asshole at this point. He's saying, no, I'm going to combo and waste your time. He even had that look in his face.
He says it.
No, he's
I'm
sitting
gonna combo.
He's looking in the eyes saying,
Large combo.
he said to me, and I quote, I'm going to see if I can pull this off. Late into a regionals. So he's being an asshole.
Right.
And I am up on life points. 7 minutes, 55 seconds in, 5 seconds to go. He says, enter battle. I'm like, activate Brandon in red, and he scrambles and says, Chain Baron, and I look this man dead in the eye as the timer runs to 0 and says, please let me select my target.
I remember this.
The judge walks around and says time in the round, and oh man, his career was over.
You got goofed, son.
And I felt so genuinely bad because it's so against how I normally go about things. I went to my friend who very much is the guy who encourages me to take any advantage I can get, and went to him and said, is this how it feels to be on the dark side? I don't like it. This is weird.
Oh, I love it.
That was the same person that I versed in that
It's
previous
true,
story.
actually. Small
Shout
world.
out.
Was this the Blackwing player?
This wasn't the Blackwing player. That was another absolute guy. I actually don't remember that story all that well because I think I've repressed it. Can you remind?
I will
You
be
were watching
honest.
that door.
Yeah,
right?
I was watching that.
Go on. Can you tell us what actually happened there?
I thought he was about to say, is that black player? And I was like, whoa.
This was at YCS Sydney.
This was during state of
This was
2023.
Oceanics.
Yeah.
Of course, my bad. Yes.
Oh, so you remember now?
No, I remember that it was Oceanics. Please tell the story.
Oh yeah, it pretty much ended with the same thing with the time going down, has a bunch of negates, and you go end of main, Brandon red, negate, and you go, please let me finish my target.
Yeah. Look.
It happens.
I swear to God, that's the only 2 times in my life I've ever done that. There's not a trend here.
This is a lie. I've got it all on camera. He does it to me every fucking lot.
I was watching that play out.
You're still
Even
here.
though I play this deck, I still don't let him get target his cards before I.
I poke my head into his window as he wakes up for work. Like, let me pick my target.
Lets me select.
You can still attempt to negate the activation under branded lost.
That is true, and I love catching people with that so much.
I hate it. I will. That's the one time, even in a tournament, I'll be like, "Do you want to take it back?"
I do too.
I don't like that.
I did that. Who did I do that to on the? I did it to Dion on yesterday.
Yes.
He was like, he did his whole thing, makes an Appaloosa for 4, and I'm like, okay, cool. Anyway, stand by main, normal summon.
Albaz.
Normal summon Albaz, go effect, and he goes chain Appo. I went cool. Anyways, I'll fuse that Appo off. And he goes, no, I negated it. I went read your card.
So you look this man dead in the eyes afterwards and say talents?
yeah.
I think you've been lost.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a really funny story. We used to have a player. He was very good. He was named. We used to have a player. He was very good. Counting.
Tell your story.
This guy.
We used to have a player.
I swear to God. I saw you tilting and I was like, if I say anything, I'm the one that gets yelled at.
Ronan, just tell your story, man.
I swear to God, this is like the one time at locals where we're not even at locals. It's a Tuesday, not a Thursday, and we're just having practice games with me, you, and Brock. And I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go home, man. And you're just like, what's in your graveyard? What's in your banners? What's in your hand?
Number of cards.
Graveyard again? Number of cards in deck.
Number cards at home.
What binders did you bring today? How many sleeves are in all your accessories?
You got any trades?
How much did you pay for entry?
What fuel does your card take? And what's your hand again? So, we used to have this player. He was named after a singer-songwriter. No, actually, just Elvis. He was named Elvis, and so
He was named after Elvis.
And let me tell
His
you...
name wasn't Elvis by chance.
Let me tell you, he ain't nothing but a hound dog. Anyway, please continue.
How sick is Snake Eye Poplar?
Please, for the love of God.
Finish your damn
Finish the
story.
Go on with it, yeah.
we used to have a player who still comes in every year, right? His name began with E. He was really good. He's a judge, just to give you some preamp. So he's at top tables, and him and his friends are known to be kind of the prudish, more competitive players. And he's like, all right, whatever. I go first. I have Eldritch Zombie World, so it's a really recursive engine, and not only that, it plays really well against Drytron, because I know exactly what to hit. I just get rid of Gamma, and I should be good. He bricks game 1, so I win. Game 2, I don't see my Kaiju. We go to game 3. Game 3, I open, I want to say Zombie World, 3 Eldritch cards, and Super Polymerization. Now, Super Polymerization only has a few good targets in it. Starving Venom Dragon, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Garura had not come out yet. However, one of the good things about this deck was it had Zombie World. So I activate Zombie World, set Sanguine, Conquistador, and Super Poly with a Haquera in hand. And he scoffs, I'm pretty sure he goes, okay. He starts his turn, combo. We have 1 minute. And I go, alright, I'm not even activating anything, because I want him to waste because I know he doesn't have the really good fairies to discard in hand for Herald. So he goes, battle phase, he has access code to 4,300 Herald. 5,300 Herald for game. I go, alright, let me try and body block. I'll go Sanguine, he goes, negate, discard. I go, okay. Conquistador, negate, discard. I go, okay. And he goes, He goes, all right, battle. And I go, yeah, sure. He goes, he goes, access code 53. And I go, okay, I take it. And then he goes, game. And I go, Super Poly. And he goes, you can't make anything. And I go, no, I have Zombie World up on field. And he goes, did I forget to pop Zombie World? And I'm like, I don't know. And I take his shit, yoink it into Necrocell, and he stands up and he goes,
For the people who can't see him, he dramatically pushed his chair out and like wandered off in like a half circle and then screamed while like flexing to himself in anger.
and he gets his cards and he leaves. And like, don't see him for 5 months.
You sent him into a cave to do his training
But
arc.
like, it's so simple. Just pop the zombie world, man. Like,
He was like, I can't. Fucking,
no. I'm just gonna hit him with big monster. It's like me on Blue Eyes. Like,
I'm gonna bonk him.
I'm just gonna bonk him on the head and
bonk
hope,
him, bro.
hope for the best.
What do you mean? That's how you play, eh?
I have another story of, in a previous episode, I described my first time meeting Burnsy. It's where the first time I went to an extravaganza, and I was really having a good time because I was really trying, and I was 4-2. One of the few times I lost was I lost to an Earth Machine player. And now this same player, he is a particular guy. He's known to be a bit strange at some points.
Why are you looking at me as I rub this snake eye poplar?
Someone's autistic here, and it's all 4 of us.
I'm the main one though.
Yeah.
We have a
Well
collective,
done, bro.
We have a
Yay.
collective Tard strength of 100.
It's true. If we condense it all in one place, we can win a YCS.
You can actually bottle it and put it in a tube.
Or we set off a nuclear reaction similar to the elephant's foot.
How
Look-
good is the elephant's foot?
To eat? Like dip?
I'm more of just a like try and touch it sort of dude. But last time I did that, I bled out of every orifice after about 30
But did you
Last
make
one
it?
to not touch the elephant's foot doesn't die a hideous death. So, this same guy, I was vaccinating him a couple of weeks prior. I draw my hand. We're in game 3, as all stories tend to end with. And actually, it is game 3, but I'm going second. He sets up an Earth Machine board. I go, okay. I draw my card. I draw my turn. My hand is Nadir 7, Magic Meltdown, Call by the Grave, Lightning Storm, Shadol Fusion, Dark Ruler no more. So I'm good. I am good.
Could not be more fun.
He's got Infinite Track Goliath, Set the Trap Pass is what he has. And I'm like, oh man, what a bad draw. Dark Ruler, Lightning Storm back row, Shadol Fusion, Magical Meltdown, the Deer Servant, activate 4 more times. And then I beat him, and then he leans over, he grabs me, and goes right into my ear. Don't you ever fucking say that again. And I go,
Wow.
okay, can you report? Because I have to go pee. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, you could not have won the mind game harder.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did you ever fucking do that again? It's like,
You broke him.
it's like, I'll try not to draw Lightning Storm. I'll try not to be
I'll be
satirical.
better.
I'll be better,
next
I
time.
swear. I'm sorry that you're playing a god-awful deck as Earth Machine.
Real quick.
Yes.
We never really left the
we
topic.
never left the topic of cryptids, did we?
There's 4 of them at this table.
It's confirmed. We are in fact creatures.
Cryptid Danger Rat.
I like that. I like rats. Rats are cool.